I'm Sarah Hawthorne, and this is my husband Ryan and my son Jackson. I was born with a congenital heart defect, transposition of the greater arteries, and I've had 2 open heart surgeries. I was born in Minden, and I was kind of tinted blue. They brought me over here to Kearney, and that's when they decided I needed to go to Omaha. So I got airlifted to Children's in Omaha, and that's where they found out I had transposition. So right away I had a cath, a heart cath, and then I didn't have open heart surgery till I was 8 months old. When I was 7 then, so I got sick, and they couldn't decide if it was like pneumonia or asthma or what was going on. But again, the Minden doctor sent me here to Kearney, and I saw Dr. Gasling, and that's when he said that I was in congestive heart failure. So immediately drove me to Omaha. They gave me some medicine to try and fix everything, and I went into cardiac arrest. So they had to, do the CPR and everything and shock me. And then after that, they said, no more messing around, you're getting a pacemaker. So I got a pacemaker when I was 7. So then again, for many years, I just went back every year. Every once in a while, I would go into atrial flutter. That's just when your heart beats super fast. And so my heart would be beating at 120 beats while I was just sleeping. And then I just grew out of it. So from 12 to 28, basically, I had no problems. I just had to get a new pacemaker every 10 years. So I had 3 pacemakers, and that's just outpatient surgery. I felt like I lived a pretty normal life. So then I started going into atrial flutter again. So that is what made me realize, okay, I need to have the ablation. So then I had the ablation, and they burned the point in my heart that was creating those irregular rhythms. And then everything was fine again. And then my stress test showed the following year that they needed to redo the original surgery.
Yeah, that was kind of scary. That was really scary.
That was a big deal. I mean, that was kind of scary.
We honestly didn't think that we would ever be able to have kids, and then they said that we would be able to, so that was a blessing.
Jackson! Jackson!
I don't understand.
Jackson!
Happened right away, and so now we have a 4-month-old.
Yeah, along came Jackson.
My mom was always a big advocate for the American Heart Association. In our family, on her side, we kind of stopped giving gifts like my big family for Christmas, and now we just play cards and put in money, and then whoever wins gets to donate that to whatever charity they want to. So if she wins, she always gives it to the American Heart Association. I mean, they provide so much education.
With all the research and stuff, what Sarah had, they're able to find sooner.
I was born with a congestive heart defect that I had no control over, and there was nothing I could do about it. But I could control how I live my life. I can still control the health of my heart. And I think it's important for all women to eat healthy and be active and do what they can.
We try and do that. We could do better. We need to do better about it, but...
And especially now that I have a child, I want him to grow up being healthy. And so I know that I need to model those behaviors for him. And as a school teacher too. I mean, I have, boys and girls that see me every day, and I don't want them to see me eating potato chips and a pop every day. So I try and show healthy habits to them too.